We must flee. Order our forces to withdraw.
Go, my lord! While you still can! I cannot hold it forever!
No! We will not leave you behind!
Do your duty! Deliver Lord Hien and the others to safety! Now! Forthwith! I shall manage on my own!
Hello cats and kittens, Mama Cat Gamer here again with another adventure with Caftia through Stormblood. We are, I want to say, let's see, about midway through. Final piece, level 66. We're a little bit more than halfway through. I'm probably going to record this and put it up as Solar Duty School entry because if I had trouble with it, I'm sure there were plenty of other people who had trouble with it too. And yeah, you know, I know some of you out there are like overachievers and can do it the first time and, you know, with no problem. I'm not always one of those, so I don't always get it the first time. So, and that's okay. That's okay. But hopefully this tutorial that I'm gonna film for you will help out. All right, we have a final piece. Let's port over to Kugane. Okay, pay your respects to Gesser. I don't know if it's Gesser or Jesser.
Left for the vultures. It seems an insult to the man. But the soul lives on, they say. These bodies, no more than empty husks, returning to the earth. Seen through those eyes, I suppose the sight is almost comforting. Pardon me? When first I heard the tales, I could not help but scoff. Another queer tribe, I thought, with still queerer customs. Yet having borne witness to their rites, I cannot deny there is a certain logic to it all. A samurai will die for his lord without hesitation or regret. But this is not because he delights in such sacrifice. It is because he has faith that his death will serve a higher purpose. There is an awakening in that instant. When the heart sings and the blood burns and his soul finds peace. There is comfort in that. We dare not permit ourselves that luxury, my friend, tempting though it may be. Not while our loved ones yet remain in chains.
Well then, we must all be on our way, even Gesser. Let us return to the Dawn Throne and pray that our tale is enough to satisfy our most radiant taskmaster. Okay. I don't know, what do these look like? Meanwhile, deep within the Dawn Throne.
Well, if there is a way out, I can't see it. Shame we didn't learn much before they locked us up.
'Tis little wonder the Eorzea won the last Naadam. These people leave naught to chance.
Hien, I've had something on my mind for a while, and now... In Alamigo, where I was born, I found it strange that for all the people who supported the Resistance, there were just as many who didn't. But then we came to this part of the world and met with the Confederacy and lots of ordinary Domans, and almost every single one of them seemed content to just put up with things, no matter how bad they got. They all had their reasons, of course, and it's not like I don't understand them, but the thought of it made me so angry. After everything they'd been through, everything the Empire had done to them, how could they not rise up? How could they not fight back?
People are pragmatic creatures at heart. They hold on to hope only until they taste true hardship. Then comes fear and regret. Safer not to dream, they concluded last. For even should a day go by without some new disappointment, the next will only bring more of the same. And so they choose the more sensible option. They learn to abide the indignities and injustices, the pain and the shame, to accept them as normal. Such is the lot of most men. One cannot expect to spur them to action at a moment's notice. But if one who has known their pain can convince them to strive for something greater and rekindle the fire in their hearts, then they will remember what they have lost, and they will rise.
I had someone like that once. I didn't know who I was or who I wanted to be, and he risked his life to show me the way.
Then honor him by doing the same for others with all your might and main. You know, when my homeland fell 25 years past, I was still in my mother's womb. Never have I known a free Doma. But my father did. As did many of my fallen comrades, as do many of my people now. It may be no more than a dream to me, but If I do not chase it, then who will?
The way you carry it all, you're just the same.
As you?
Oh, no, not me. Definitely not me. I meant the Warrior of Light. Out there, somewhere. Doing what needs to be done. I won't have you put me to shame any longer. I'm going to seize the future I want, with my own two hands.
All right. Okay, what kind of hood is this, man? Can't even see through it. It's like some of these are something else, I'll tell you what. Are you ready to depart? You are ready to depart, I trust. Good, then let us away. Speak with Magni. Okay, we can just port up there. Spot 2 have anything new? Welcome, travelers. The most radiant brother will hear your tale. Gozetsu says, we can but tell Magni the truth. And if our most radiant brother is unsatisfied, it will be my pleasure to put an end to this charade. Good. You are alive and returned. No matter, all hinges on what you have to say. All that you have seen and heard, your knowledge, I would have it. No secret stratagems, you say. That is well. I expected as much. The Dotharl are not schemers. They live only for war, for the contest of strength and will. They are fierce, aye, and to face one is to court death. Gozetsu says, meet us on the field and make ready to ride with your ancestors. Such were the words of their Hatun, Saru. Speak not that devil's name in the presence of the most radiant. Gosetsu says, you bade us tell you of the Dotharl, yet you will not hear the name of their leader? After the last Naadam, she gave great offense. The most radiant brother called to him the women of the steppe, that he might look into their eyes and see if Nama looked back. But that Gedan, that Pharaoh Udgan, I don't know how to pronounce these. Udgan, she spat curses and called forth flames. She scorched the soil and refused to present herself. 3 days and nights had we fought to claim the Dawn Throne, and still she shows Brother Magni such disrespect, such defiance. By rights should she pay with her life. Magni says, speak not another word, Batu, or you will pay with yours. Her words are air, as the Domans say. However, they are proof of your service to the sun. Go and fetch others. Oh, see, it says, go and fetch the others from their cells. He doesn't want anybody knowing he failed to court Saru. My lord, Lys, you are unharmed. He insists, thanks to you and Gav, we are free to return to Mol Iloh, I take it? Magni says, By your deeds have you proven yourselves to be warriors, brave and true. You may return to the Mol and make ready for the Naadam on one condition. To fight in the Naadam is to be bound by it, swear here and now, to abide by the law of the steppe, to accept the supreme authority of the Han, whomsoever it may be. We swear. He thinks he's got him. Pride goeth before a fall. Speak with Hien. Let's see what Lys and Gosetsu have to say. Let us not be too quick to count our blessings. We must still win the Naadam. He says, in a way, being forced to stay behind may actually have been a good thing. I had a lot of time to think, and usually I don't. Usually you don't think, or you don't have a lot of time to think? Well done, my friends. I knew you would not fail. I should be glad to hear of your experiences with the Dotharo, but as time is of the essence, let us converse en route. Come, Cyrena and the others are waiting. I'm to herd 40 rutting rams with this? This is a little puppy. Cute. I want that puppy. I would caution you to comport yourself with dignity in the presence of Temulin Hatun, but I sense that will not be necessary. There is a tension in the air, an awareness of the coming storm, a nervousness, aye, but a confidence as well, faith perchance. Ian says, though our journey home was rather more roundabout than I had anticipated, it was also more educational. I think it's safe to say we are better prepared for the experience. Lys says, it's almost time for the Naadam. I'm so excited. Temulin says, today's enemies are tomorrow's allies. Remember this. Cyrena says, thank the gods you are all right. When you failed to return, I feared the worst. But here you are, hale and whole, and you survived Bardam's medal. Blessed are we to have you as allies. With your strength, we may have a chance. Oh, let's see what these hats look like. They make room for my cat ears. That's fun. I kind of like the blue one. It's kind of cute. The Naadam is nigh, and Cyrena would have you make your final preparations. My friends, we are come to the final day of the Sgan Sar, to the Naadam. The battle will commence with the rising of the sun. The Carl will scatter the soil, and the steppe will be unbound. A great Ovu will erupt from the earth and call for a new Han. All will converge upon the light, and the warrior who claims it will win the day. Precious little time remains. Pray, use it to prepare for the battle. Temulin says, many of the young ones have never taken part in a Naadam. They are nervous. Perhaps you might favor them with a few words. It would do much to ease their fears. All right, does she have anything else? Nope. Nothing new? Really? Okay, does Cyrena have anything? If you had come any later, we would have had to fight by ourselves. Temulin says, all know you for a warrior. They will heed your counsel and take heart from your encouragement. Okay, let's go encourage people. Bujag says, at the behest of the Hatun, you speak with us, yes? You are kind to do so, and I am grateful. Do not underestimate the power of words. A warrior conquers one with his hands, but 1,000 with his head. Even you cannot fight forever. That's true. There is a limit to how much the body can take. Khotan says, when we were young, my friends and I could scarcely wait to challenge Bardam's medal. We longed to become warriors. The day came and went, but we rarely fought men, mostly beasts, and now we must stand against the Orinir and the Dotharl. You've seen them, taken the measure of them. Do you believe we can win? You can say you can and will have faith, or it will not be easy. I'm gonna go with that. No, it will not, but it is well that you acknowledge it. A warrior must be brave, but not foolhardy. I will not forget. Dorbai says, Dorbay? Ah, it is you. The one who helped the children with their chores. We picked up dung piles, yes. For that I must thank you. Though mayhap I will repay the favor in battle. Yes, I too will fight in the Naadam, though you may not see me, while you and yours contest the Ovu. My comrades and I will devote our efforts to preventing other tribes from interfering. We are few and we are weak, but we shall do what we can to aid you. Go well, traveler, and if it be the gods' will, let us speak again when the day is done. Let's see, what do these guys have to say? Though we must wear the Orinir, it is the Dotharl who frighten me most of all. I have seen them in battle before. They are not men, they are monsters. It's been many years since the gods bade the Mol fight in the Naadam. For us, it is the first time. The Hatun says we will win, but will we? All shall be well. I must have faith in myself and my own. How strange this feeling, the thrill before battle, a battle in which I may die. People die all the time, many of them in their sleep. Or we will fight, we will win, and we will return to Mol Iloh together. Okay. Yeah, yes, of course we will. I must have faith. I must have courage. I've not always understood the motives of the gods, but I have accepted their guidance ever since I was a child. If they would have us fight, I must believe they have their reasons. So I shall fight with all my might, and if it is the gods' will, then we shall win. All right. Already I sense a change in the people, their hearts soothed, their resolve strengthened. This we owe to you. We are of the soil, the wind, and the water. We are not conquerors. But we are yet the children of Nama. We are yet Sheila. We were made for battle, to kill and be killed. We delight not in such things, but let no man doubt that they are in our future, in our nature. Flesh, blood, bone. That which was given we offer unto the gods as tribute. This day we embrace death, ours and our enemies. So too must you embrace this truth, for this is who we are, who you are become as warriors of the steppe. May the gods guide you to victory. All that remains is to wait for daybreak, says Cyrna. All right. We're not dying here. Not when we've got a score to settle with Xenos. Temulin says, we are but one link in the divine chain. The Naadam will end, and Ahan will reign until the next. Zetsu says, mayhap their souls will shine bright in battle, but my steel will sing. Though I know how much this battle means for the future of Doma, a part of me is glad simply for the opportunity to repay my debt to the Mol. All right, we are ready for the Naadam. Okay, make sure you have food on. Make sure you're on your favorite class. Damage dealer is probably the easiest way to go about this. But pick your favorite one. You're ready for battle, Gav. Yep. We are ready.
I see you, soil bearers.
The soil has been scattered, and the steppe reborn! Sanctified and unbound, she calls for a new Han! Go forth and claim her, Dothal, and bring death to all who bar your way!
It begins, Grandmother.
I must say, it's been a while. Is everyone ready?
A samurai is always ready. You shall remember this soon enough once I have taken to the field.
So we take on all comers, and then it's off to Doma. I can't wait.
Thank you, my friends. Upon the soil of one and all shall our deeds be inscribed.
To triumph in the Naadam, you and your allies must race from Mol Iloh towards the Ovu in the distance while fending off attacks from other tribes. Once you arrive at the Ovu, you must claim it for the Mol, but be warned that the warriors of other tribes can do so as well, and only the first will be crowned Han. Prevent your opponents from claiming the Ovu and endure their assault to win the Naadam for the Mol.
Grant us favor, O Mother of the Dusk, and to victory guide them all!
The Ovu lies to the south. I will lead the way.
Forward! Forward!
And we're going to get off here. Okay, when they start running, we follow. My thanks, Kosetsu. Forward, brothers and sisters. Just keep up with Hien and Cyrano.
Out of my way!
We attack the one that's attacking us first before we take on any others. You can tell who's attacking you by who's aggroed on you. Thank you, Lise. With me, Hien, and Gav, I think we should. We will prevail. We will prevail. They'll take care of the rest of the ones behind you. There it is. The Ovu. We are not too late. Fighting is most fierce no matter Charge! Alright, we're going to attack the one that are attacking us. We also have to watch the Ovu. The Ovu is over here. So you right-click on it to interact with it. He pulled me away. You came as I knew you would, for you too are a warrior of the steppe. Yep. I salute you, traveler, and should be honored to face you alone, but the Dotharl thirst for blood and will suffer no duels. Bear witness, Father Azim. The soil shall drink deep of blood this day. Alright. We're going to ignore these guys. We're going to kill the Oraniri brothers first.
Rise, brothers of the sun! Know your place!
Alright. Then we're going to focus on Magni. We're going to keep an eye on the Ovu. So, any person who tries to interact with it,
Hearken to the Chaos Brothers!
we're going to attack any who are attacking us. Oh, we're going to get him. Oh, we went out of that.
In death do our souls sing!
We want to take these guys out. She channels her power through these rock things, stellar Shulai or whatever.
Bow down before me!
That. To me.
Okay, we want to make sure we stay in between these. We want to be in the crosshatch areas.
The sun cannot be extinguished.
Stay in them. There you go.
Good enough!
if we can channel these. Yeah. So you gotta channel the overview. You can't do it until Sadu and Magni are defeated.
The steppe has spoken. Then the Harnies.
We have won. The Mol have won. The Dawn Throne is ours.
We did it. And you, my friend, you were magnificent. Magnificent and, not a little terrifying.
What a strange tale this has become. To think I suffered them to live.
On your guard, Otun. The wind warns of men in iron.
I thought I'd find you here, Eorzean! Dearest of all my enemies. Today's the day I finally get to kill you. And then they'll give me a shiny medal and my choice of posting. Bloody perfect it is. Well, go on then. Kill him! Kill them all!
Dearest of all his enemies, eh? Congratulations. Hearken to me, honored warriors of the steppe. Our enemies intrude upon this sacred ground. Have you yet the strength to oppose them?
You forget to whom you speak, Doman. We are the Undying Ones. We are Dothal.
If this be the will of the Mol and their Han, so be it. The sun shall abide by the law of the steppe.
You say, warriors of the steppe, with me! Or crush the Imperials, drive them before you. Drive the Iron Man from there. We have to fight.
Let naught be left in our wake!
I don't like the looks of those giant stone thingies. Get these guys. We gotta protect these stellar shores, dudes.
Or die!
All right. We did it.
Impossible! He was there for the taking! What do I have to do? I need more men, more weapons, more power! Ah!
As if we'd lose to the likes of him. And we're only gonna get stronger. Stronger and stronger until we're strong enough to take back everything they stole.
I have kept my promise, Serena. They are yours to command.
Oh, yes, of course.
Brothers and sisters of the steppe, the Naadam is ended, and we Mol now claim the Dawn Throne. No demands shall we make of you, save these. Heed our comrades' words, and honor the law of the steppe.
Before I fought for the Mol, I fought for my homeland, for Doma.
To Doma, would you have us go to fight your war and win your freedom? Very well. The battlefield matters not, nor else the enemy. In battle do our souls burn bright. And better the Mol's law than that of the sun. Arrogant and foolhardy were their pronouncements. Already you and yours show better sense.
The sun shall answer your call, Doman. Wild as the wind the Otun and her brood may be, but they will deliver you naught. We will deliver you your kingdom.
Weak and few as we are, the Mol will fight for Doma too, if you will have us.
Well then, I believe naught remains but to return to Doma at the head of a Zayla army, my lord. I cannot wait to see the look on Yugiri's face.
Nor I. We shall depart as soon as our forces are assembled and rejoin our comrades. And then, my friends, we shall bring freedom to the people of Doma!
Very nice. Very nice. Now let's see what Lisa and Kozetsu have to say. Go on, they're waiting for you. Kozetsu says, the others have returned as well, it would seem. Wonder if Temulin has anything to say. Ujeg? From traveler to warrior and now to Han. What will you become next, I wonder? Warrior of Darkness. We won! We actually won! I mean, you did. If it were not for you. The gods saw fit to return you to us. But what of your comrades? Where are they? Well, it's, they're out here. They're out here, just, you know, waiting for me. Your Imperial friend has truly impeccable timing. Had he come even a few moments earlier, he might actually have stood a chance. In any event, that is 2 battles won in a single day, which, by my reckoning, gives us twice the cause to celebrate. But first, I pray you grant me a moment to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, we are one step closer to freeing my homeland from the tyranny of the Empire. I am in your debt. Of course, if all goes to plan, this is like to be but the first of many such debts. Yet I promise to endure my insolvency with a smile, out of gratitude to the Kami for seeing fit to send you hither. Alright, Hien has what can be best described as a shite-eating grin. He's not grinning there yet. Ah, but it would be rude of me to monopolize your attention. Doubtless there are others who would speak with you. Let us go and greet Temulin Hatun. What does Lee say? I hope everyone is all right, or alive at least. Kozetsu says, mayhap you should speak with the Hatun instead of me. What else did he say? That is why we are here, is it not? No, I want to talk to everybody, too. Sirena says, we won. We actually won. All right, what does Hien have to say? Temulin Hatun, we are returned and victorious. Welcome, warriors of the steppe. It is an honor to receive you once more. We observed the battle from a distance and marked the moment of your triumph. In that instance, I wept tears of joy. Not only did you bring us victory in the Naadam, but you ensured that every one of my kinsmen returned with their lives. Sirena says, some were more gravely wounded than others, but none were lost to us. We could not have asked for anything more. If it is not too much of an imposition, would you be willing to go and speak with them? A simple gesture for those with whom you shared the battlefield. Oh yeah, okay. Please, it would mean a great deal to the others if you were to go and speak with them again. Okay. For the Mol to triumph in the Naadam with the aid of outsiders, the steppe will not soon forget this day. Alright, let's go check in on everybody. Hien says, the pleasure and the pain that can only come in the wake of a battle, I know it well. Kozetsu says, how long has it been since last I saw young men and women celebrating a hard-fought victory? Let us pray we enjoy a similar sign in Yangsha soon. Weary, Mole Warrior. Stop fidgeting and let me set the bone. You're only making it worse for yourself. Ow. I know. Just give me a moment. That is very painful. Very painful to set a bone. Where did you learn such feats? Is everyone in the West as strong as you? Can you teach me? Some part of me still struggles to believe it, but we won. We defeated the Orinir and the Dotharl and won. When they appeared before us, I was filled with such fears I had never known. But then I saw you charge with Cyrna and the others, and before I knew it, I was running and shouting. I will carry the memory of that moment with me always, as well as the moment when you became one with the Ovu and were declared Han. The victory pose you struck was a sight to behold. I say, would you be willing to show us again? Okay, strike a victory pose at the mark of Mol Iloh. Aye, that's the stuff of legends. That's the Han in all his splendor. Praise be to the Han and to the gods for guiding him to us. Glory be the Han and his comrades forever and forever. 100 years, the Han! Do they have anything else to say? How impressive! I shall have to practice with my own weapons until I can do the same. How I envy you, Han. You could court the women of your choice. Yes, yes, I know. Even in victory, we must look to the future. Have a care that it heals properly. There's much work to be done, and you will be needed. All right, cocksure mole warrior. I could hear the others cheering. What did I miss? Is there to be a feast or some other celebration? Dorbe says. I took a wound, but it will heal with time and care. The children are gathering herbs for a poultice. Had the Naadam lasted much longer, I may not have survived. Thank you. Thank you for shortening it, basically. Okay, like the child and the father, the student and the master, all men need an ideal for which to strive. I think they love you, Gav. They really, really love you. That's from a Sally Field quote when she won the Oscar, and she was very young at the time. Very talented actress, and she said, "You love me. You really, really love me." Temulin says, for the mole to triumph in the Naadam with the aid of outsiders, the steppe will not soon forget this day. All right. It is good that they can delight in such simple things as the dramatic posings of a comrade. Gav, I'm told you gave the young warriors a fine show. Grandmother and I have been discussing how we might best express our gratitude to you. Mere words did not seem sufficient. This is a morin kur, a traditional instrument of our people. The feats of our greatest heroes like Bardam and Shaka are preserved in song. Yours too will live on for years to come. Perhaps one day you might learn how to play it, but even if not, you may look on the morin kur and remember this time, this place, as we will when we hearken to the music. Oh, that's kind of nice. A traditional instrument of the Azim Steppe's nomadic Shala tribes. The Morin Hur, I don't know how to pronounce this, so forgive me, has two strings, the male and the female, woven together from the tail hair of a stallion and a mare, respectively. Oh, you can buy it for 10,000. You can sell it for 30. Okay. All right. Does she have anything else? May you treasure the Morin Hur for years and years to come. We will. We'll put it in our apartment. A new day dawns, and with it, new challenges. Do you have anything else? Nope. All right. Ian says, Lord Ian's eyes are filled with determination. In crimson they walked. At the risk of sounding impatient, we have certain pressing obligations. It is time that we saw to them. Temulin says, You are right. To whom much is given, much is expected. Rosetsu says, Nay, do not think yourselves so indebted to us. Was it not you who gave us your blessing to participate in the Naadam, and you who saved my Lord Hien from certain death? Doma is in your debt, and will ever be a friend to the Mol. Sirena says, And we to you, Gosetsu. A thought occurs to me. If you wish to return to Yangsha with all haste, the passage to the south of the Dusk Throne would offer the most direct route. The Dotharl sealed it with their magics during the Doman Rebellion, when more men in iron came from afar. Hien says, If ever there was a time to open the pass, it is now. We should journey to Dotharl Ha. But before that, might we visit the Dawn Throne? I wish to speak with our most radiant brother. Lise says, Are you sure that's a good idea? I know he agreed to fight for Doma, but I doubt he'll be very happy to see us so soon after we beat him. Nama made us for war, Lise. Ever since we came into this world, we have fought. In the Naadam, blood was shed and lives were lost. Brown earth was stained crimson, and Shayla wept. But crimson is the dusk and the dawn, death and rebirth, an ending to mark a new beginning. We who are born are destined to die. As the seasons turn, we are born again. Thus spoke the first. So you see, we harbor no hatreds. The Naadam is the Naadam, and what comes after is what comes after. If you say so, the Dawn Throne first, then? Yes, and I shall accompany you. Does Temulin have any other words of wisdom for us? Look always to the light of the stars to guide you in the dark, for none need walk alone. Aw, that's nice. We are in Crimson they walked. Lord Hien has his Jela army and is ready to return to Doma and lead his people to war against the Empire. Before he leaves the Azim Steppe behind, however, he would pay a visit to his new allies. The most radiant brother of the Ornir, who yet occupy the Dawn Throne, is to be the first. Daiduko, only men may be of the Buduga. Such is the god's will, and so we take from others fresh blood to sustain our tribe. Alas, as our strength wanes, so too does our ability to sustain ourselves. Alliances become necessary, such as ours with the Ornir. We too are allies now, I suppose, but who can say what the morrow will bring? Cyrenus is... I found him quite intimidating before, but perhaps it will be easier this time. Lise says, just like that, eh? Not that I expected them to put up a fight. Yeah, you did. There are fewer here than I remember. Well, maybe because they died. Let us hope we do not find our most radiant friend in foul mood. Bet we will, but okay. The sun is disinclined to entertain you at length. Speak your purpose in coming. Humble as ever. Should I be humble in the presence of inferiors, I am a child of Azim, and you are not. Your triumph in the Naadam does not raise you to such heights. Batu will not be joining us. He was wounded in the Naadam. His hurts are grave, and he requires rest, but he will walk again in time. Though it is no business of yours, such pity does not become a Han. We are not allies, traveler. Far from it. The Naadam will come again, and with it our rule. I say again, why have you come? To bid us surrender the Dawn Throne to the Mol? Nay. The Mol are beholden to the will of the gods, and they would not have us reside here. The Oriner and the Buduga may remain. Ian says, we are for Yangsha, and wished to speak of your part in the coming war. Magnai says, the Domans and the Ironmen. I remember our pact. Sound the call and the Oriner will answer. Ian says, full glad am I to hear it. We have preparations to attend to, but we'll send for you soon. Sirena says, the gods are kind. I'm sure the Oriner will prove a great boon in the days to come. Of the dusk, a maiden gentle and ethereal, a dancer in the morning mist, and a warrior besides. Look into my eyes, child. See you, Azim? Are you my Nama? I know not of what you speak, Brother Magnai, but I am certain you are mistaken. Quite. We should get going. Right now. Am I fated to live my life as a sun without a moon? Is there no Nama for me? Here to speak with Sadhu. I miss Gesser terribly, but I know I need only be patient. He will return. I'm sure of it. Lise says, the dry wind from the desert reminds me of home. Sirna says, as daunting as I found it to speak with Brother Magnai, it is nothing compared to the fear I feel at the thought of approaching Sadhu Hatun. Zetsu, how long has it been since they gave Gesser to the sands? Is there aught left of him now, I wonder? That's kind of a morbid thought there, man. Dotharl Ka. Better late than never. The Han and his warriors. Greetings, my lady. We come to you on our journey south, born for Yangsha, where our comrades await us. How fare you and yours in the wake of the Naadam? Many were wounded, some few to the death. Resplendent were their souls in the chaos. It was a good battle, a good day to die. Soon we will greet them again. And mayhap one who went before them also. Gesser's seed has quickened in his lover. When the child is born, we shall see who waits behind its eyes. Already, we must look to the next Naadam. We must grow strong of body and mind, and your war will help us do so. Say the word, and we will fly to the field. Of that I have no doubt, for you are Dotharl. Cyrna says, there's one more thing we would ask of you. The magics you used to seal the passage to the south, will you unmake them? If that be your wish. Kosetsu says, when next we come together, it will be on a great battlefield against a common foe. I trust you will fight with the same fervor you demonstrated during the Naadam. Huh. And you, Ancient One, will be the demon I know you to be. Aught less would be a disappointment. Do not fail to call on us, Han. The preening prince and his little yellow band will not kill half as many Ironmen as we Dotharl. Char says, I have never been a mother. It is a strange feeling to carry another in one's own flesh. Cannot wait to welcome the child into this world and meet the warrior within. Aw, that's sweet. Just what is it that brings you here, traveler? What do you do here? I oversee all dealings we Eorzea engage in with outsiders. There are those that would seek to take advantage of our good nature by swindling us. I make sure that we are fairly compensated when we trade. After all, we can hardly atone for our past greed if we are unable to feed ourselves. We are willing to trade minerals with others, but we must receive an appropriate amount of food in return. What kind of place is this? As the name suggests, this cave enables those in it to receive divine revelations. We live here to make amends for our sins. In the past, having grown drunk off its own greed, our tribe embarked on a mission to subjugate all that it possibly could. In response to our insatiable greed, the gods punished the Eorzea by unleashing giant, elephant-like beetles upon our lands. The beetles left absolute devastation in their wake. Rivers dried up, crops wilted, and cavernous holes were dug in the southern deserts. Our ancestors, faced with the result of their avarice, swore to repent for their mistakes. They chose to live in the caves, bored by the giant insects, and abandon all greed. It took some time, but after a while we regained the trust of the gods. Those who began receiving divine revelations were proof of that. Oh, that's kind of interesting. These murals tell stories of our ancestors' greed. Whenever our tribe gains something, we make sure to look upon these walls, that we do not fall victim to the same temptations as those who came before us. Becca, I did not ask for the title of Utun, and I do not enjoy holding it. Those who cling to such concepts are doomed to walk a path of greed. Our tribe will not make that same mistake again. We are worthy of neither Azim nor Nama's protection. We do not even deserve this fire that keeps us warm. It is not easy living in these caves. When the fire fades, you cannot even make out your own hands in the darkness. However, this is the life our tribe deserves. We must never be tempted by greed again. Okay. You discovered a new location. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's blocked off there. Not sure if there's any way up this way. Ooh. Aha, we made it, I think. I don't want to get too cocky here. All right. Mol Iloh. $555 yalms to the south. Okay. There it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. We have flight. Lee says, so this path leads back to Yangsha, back to Doma and the others. Oh, it's so easy to forget why we're doing all this. Gozetsu says, I dare say that woman has never known a single regret. I envy her. Hien says, I will miss this place, though my heart belongs to Doma. The steppe and her people will always be dear to me. Saru Hatun has done her part. This passage will deliver you to Doma. It is here we must part ways until the day you call us to battle. Lee says, it won't be long, I know, but take care of yourself, Cyrena, and tell your grandmother and the others again how much we appreciate everything they did for us. I will. Oh, I nearly forgot. I have another gift for you. Oh, it's a red, wait, is this a banner of the Mol tribe? It is not the most practical of gifts, but we nevertheless wish to present it to you. I do not fully understand what has befallen Doma, or your homeland, Lys, but I do understand that you and yours have suffered terribly. The Mol place their faith in the gods, and in turn they shepherd us. They watch over and keep us. We pray they show you the same favor. As it was in the Naadam, blood will be shed, your lands engulfed in a storm of fire and steel. Yet as it did here, it shall mark a new beginning there. May you ever walk in crimson, for in crimson there is life, there is liberation. Hien says, thank you for your prayers, Cyrena. We shall remember them. Until we meet again. And Lee says, let's go. Everyone is waiting for us back at the House of the Fierce. Gozetsu says, I wonder what Yugiri will have to say when we tell her of our adventures. We got a mole banner. Oh, that's kind of cool. Hien says, the time has come for Lord Hien to return to Doma. Right then, to the House of the Fierce, with me, my friends. Well, that's kind of nifty. Where are we? Oh, this is kind of cool looking. Yeah, let's go back up and talk to him. Valley of the Fallen Rainbow. Lee says, remind me what part of Yangsha is this again? Ah, this air that fills my breast, these sounds that resound in my ears. Whoop, I missed that. I am home. I have not used this road before, but I recognize this place. The House of the Fierce shall lie somewhere to the south. I will go on ahead and inform the sentries of our master's return. Alright, let's flying down there. Have no fear, my friend. Be it beast or man or magitech, I shall defend the House of the Fierce from all dangers. Most fiercely. Peace. I didn't realize there was another entrance. Here we are. I wonder if they are all gathered inside, waiting, perhaps expecting a speech or some such. Well, no matter. I shall have to do what I shall have to do.
Brothers and sisters, pray forgive me my absence. It has been far too long.
Lord here.
Gosetsu told us of your trials and tribulations on the steppe. Would that I'd been present to witness your victory, my lord.
Our victory, Yugiri, owed as much to each of my stalwart comrades as it did to me. Now rise. I will not suffer this excess of formality any longer. Alphinaud and Alizé Levieux, I presume. I'm told we owe you much. It is a pleasure to meet you both.
The pleasure is ours, Lord Hien. Though we were born and raised a world apart, our values are one and the same. Freedom, justice, liberty. Each of which Doma shall soon enjoy once more.
Hopefully. I understand you have brought an army.
Indeed. The Zayla tribes of the Azim Steppe have pledged their military might to the cause.
Good. We, meanwhile, have secured the support of the Confederacy and a not insignificant number of your countrymen. The Blue Kojin, too, have expressed a willingness to join the fight, provided you agree to certain trade agreements following the liberation of Doma.
The shinobi will render what aid they can. However, Suino Sato refused to answer our call.
No matter. What forces we have amassed far exceed my original expectations. You have my thanks.
You should know that Xenos departed Doma not long after you left to find Lord Hien. We know not the reason why, but it would seem he was eager to return to Gir Abania.
What? Have you heard anything from the Resistance? There hasn't been another attack, has there?
Tataru assures me they are quite well. You need not worry. If anything, this turn of events would seem to be to our advantage.
But there the good news ends. Yotsuyu retains her position as acting viceroy, and we have reports that the garrison at Doma Castle is preparing for a massive operation. We suspect that the Empire's attempt to eliminate you on the steppe may have been a prelude to a larger effort to purge the remaining pockets of resistance within Doma.
The hour of reckoning is upon us.
We can say, then victory will soon be ours, but are we ready? Well, let's do that one.
It will not be easy. That much I cannot deny. Had we more time to prepare, mayhap it would be different. Do not forget, however, that we have been blessed with comrades brave and true, whom the Empire will have no appetite to face. If you doubt me, you need only look in the mirror. in this place, in this moment, I call upon you all. 25 years of oppression, of tyranny, of shame. It ends with us. We will prevail.
Even warriors of light need encouragement now and then. What does Yugiri have to say? Not that I doubted you for a moment, but I am relieved to see him returned. Lise? So, have we got a plan? Tell me someone's got a plan. I love it when a plan comes together. Usetsu says, all is in place. We need but commit to action and see it through to the end. He says, no time to soak it in. We have work to do. I believe we have a working Aetheryte now. I believe we will go attune to that one right now. Alphino has been hard at work devising our strategy to seize Doma Castle. I'm sure he will be happy to share the details with you all shortly. I don't think we need anything mended. That's good. I can't see Subaru without thinking of a car. Just can't. All right. Once more, welcome back. It is good to see you again, Gav. Ah, yes, there is another recent development we neglected to share with you. Eorzea and I have been hard at work attempting to restore the Aetheryte here to its former glory, and I am pleased to inform you that we succeeded. Suffice it to say, it shall prove a boon for travel. Well, for those replete with anima like you, at least. Alphino has devised a cunning strategy to reclaim Doma Castle. I imagine you are eager to hear the particulars of our plan. Allow me a moment to gather everyone's attention.
If all are in agreement, I will outline my plan to retake Doma Castle.
Hien and Gosetsu know Doma Castle better than Alphino, so I'm kind of wondering why he's the one who's, devising the plan, but okay.
First, Lise and the Doman Irregulars will conduct a series of raids against Imperial targets throughout the surrounding area, with the aim of drawing the garrison's attention. Shortly thereafter, our Zayla allies will launch a surprise attack on the castle's airborne defenses. In this way, we will prevent the enemy's airships from rendering support and cut off one means of escape. Alize and I, together with the shinobi, will exploit the ensuing chaos to infiltrate the moon gates and disable the Magitech field generators. Once the barrier is down, we will be free to cross the One River and reach Doma Castle. It is at this point that we must turn to our Confederate and Kojin allies. They will commence to bombard the castle with cannon fire, while sailing west towards the Doman Enclave.
Wait, the Enclave? Why would you want them to sail away from the castle?
Because the Enclave is home to countless civilians. Once pressed, the Imperials may well think to take them hostage, and I would fain forestall any such attempt. After we have secured the Enclave, we may lay siege to Doma Castle directly. The main strength of the Doman Liberation Front, under Lord Hien's command, shall be committed to this endeavor, as will you and your redoubtable allies.
All right.
The rest is simple. We scour the castle for the Viceroy, we find her, and we subdue her. Without their leader, what remains of the Imperial's morale will crumble, and they will surrender or attempt to flee. And Doma will be free.
Right. Nodding.
Your thoughts, Lord Hien? If any points were unclear or gave you cause for concern, I should be glad to go over them with you.
Nay, 'tis a fine plan. You have a talent for this. That much is plain. We shall carry out Alphinaud's plan to the letter. Time is of the essence, as you know, so let us each see to our respective preparations. Carry on.
Looks like I'll be heading to Namai. Wish me luck. Ozetsu. This may be our final chance to win Doma her freedom. We dare not take any chances, for if we fail... I am told Cyrena fought with you in the Naadam? I would not have taken her for a warrior. Appearances can indeed be deceiving. As for how best to infiltrate the moon gates. See if Eorzea has anything else for us. I suppose I ought to go and take stock of our supplies. We'll be needing a lot of weapons. Ian says, there is no shortage of tasks, which must needs be completed before we can launch our attack. If you have a moment, perhaps you can lend a hand. That said, I have only just returned. 'Twould be better for you to speak with Alphinaud to find out how you might be of service. Much has changed in my absence. The state of the Enclave in particular concerns me. But it would seem Alphinaud understands the importance of ensuring their safety. You Scions are no ordinary mercenaries. That much is plain. Thanks for noticing. We're the good guys. Trying to keep busy. Full glad am I to hear it. There is one task which comes to mind. As I explained during my briefing, Eorzea and I will need to infiltrate the moon gates to disable the Magitech field generators. Though I pride myself on my knowledge of various subjects, I must confess I lack confidence in my knowledge of this particular one, which is why I turned to an expert. I have been conversing with Sid via Tataru, attempting to ascertain the design of the generators based on our limited intelligence. Most recently, he sent a parcel with some documents which he believes may be of use. I would like for you to go to Kugane and bring them back here. In the meantime, I will continue to work with our shinobi allies to plot a path into the gates. Safe travels, Gav, and thank you again. I wonder if they have anything else to say. Hi. Speak with Tataru in Kugane. Greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices? Yes. Well, hi, Jakey. Hey, buddy. You want to come up for a visit? No? Okay. Hancock says, well, 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 what a pleasant surprise this is. Oh, look at Tataru. She's in a kimono. Gav, what are you doing here? I thought you were off fighting nomads on the Azim Steppe. Oh, you beat them. Good show. A shame I didn't get to see it. Alfino has been keeping me apprised of the situation in Doma. I may not be any good in a physical fight, but in an paperwork fight, I'm the true Han. Yeah! Tataru has grown rather accustomed to her life in Kugane. You're here for the parcel Sid sent, right? Wait a moment, and it will be right out. It arrived not long ago. A porter delivered it to our offices along with various other knickknacks from Eorzea. Sid regrets that he couldn't come here in person. Apparently his hunt for the dragon in Omega demands his full attention, you see. Still, he was reasonably confident that the documents he provided would be enough for Alfino to do the work himself. So as soon as that parcel gets here, we can open it up and see what's inside. Pardon my interruption, but the parcel in question, was it the one you placed on the shelf in the back for safekeeping? I believe so, yes. Why do you ask? Well, you see, on closer inspection, said parcel appears to have been addressed to the Sekisegumi barracks. Though it does indeed bulge with a quantity of paper reminiscent of a rather large instruction manual, the lingering scent of lilac leads me to conclude it is in fact a sizable collection of love letters. What? Impossible! That porter was carrying a parcel addressed to us. I saw the writing with my own eyes. Oh, I do not doubt that in the least. However, as he was tasked with a number of deliveries, I can only presume that he handed you another parcel by mistake. This is a disaster. We have to find that porter right this instant. My, she can move quickly when she has a mind to do so. So quickly she neglected to take these love letters with her. They too must be redirected to their rightful recipient. They should also aid you in tracking down the right porter. They keep records of their deliveries and so forth, after all. The man in question was of middling height and build, not unlike yourself. Black hair, short, terribly helpful in Kugane, I know. A cheery sort, wearing bright colors as I recall. I will send a few of my men out to search, but in the meantime, why don't you take the parcel and see if you can't track him down yourself? I will wait here on the off chance he realizes his mistake and returns. Short, black hair, light-colored garments, in all other respects not unlike myself. But then I am so terribly unremarkable, am I not? By design, Hancock. By design, I'm sure. Search Kugane for the overworked porter. We're going to the Rakuza district. Here's Tataru. Hey, you! Yeah, you! You came by the Ruby's Bazaar earlier, right? Where's my parcel? Perplexed pedestrian. Why are you yelling at me? Who are you? Alright. Addled assistant. Oh dear, I must place some most important documents, and if I do not find them quickly, there will be dire repercussions. Lilac-scented love letter. Letter is perhaps a charitable description, as the weight of this parcel rather suggests a lengthy treatise on why a certain Sekisegumi ought to accept the undying affections of a certain admirer. No, it's nothing so scandalous and base. My lord is a man with singular dietary restrictions, which I have detailed in my notebook. I cannot purchase produce without it. I'm gonna talk to all of them just for the fun. want to see what they have to say. Overworked porter. Good evening to you, sir, but I have no time to chat. I have to head to the Bokairo. Or was it the hostelry? Bah! No time, no time. I recognize that parcel. I delivered it to the Ruby Bazaar not long ago. What of it? Ah, a mistake? For the Sekisugume, you say? You're right. How stupid of me. Fortunately, I've yet to visit the barracks. This is for you, yes? I will take the other in exchange. Okay. I'm going to deliver it back to Tataru. Oh, she's back at the Ruby Bazaar. Okay. Greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices? Of course we will. Back already? Tataru is as well. She couldn't find the porter, in case you're wondering. I'm sorry, I couldn't find him. I guess we just have to hope he realizes his mistake and returns soon. Sid's parcel. Though this parcel weighs no less than the other, it lacks the scent of lilac and is therefore much less likely to contain someone's misdirected woo. That's it! That's the parcel! You found him! Though, knowing our luck, Sid put the wrong papers in here. Nope, this is it! These are the documents detailing the operation of the Magitech field generators Alphino requested. And Gog says, I can only imagine what would have happened had we sent Gav back to Doma with a parcel full of love letters. The look on Alphino's face when he reads the first page. On second thought, I'm a little disappointed we didn't. Everyone's working so hard to fight for Doma's freedom, and here I am making the same silly mistakes. It won't happen again, Gav, and I'll keep working hard to bring you and the others useful information. If we hear anything new, we'll contact you straight away. Hancock says, oh, and you may be pleased to hear that we have brokered an arrangement between the company and the Confederacy. They require armaments, we provide, discreetly and at a reasonable price. Tataru says, I'm sure Lord Lolorito was pleased to hear it. Indeed he was. Indeed he was. Well, it seems our time together is at an end. Give Alphino and Alize my regards, will you? Everything else? We've got eyes on the Garlean Embassy, just so you know. If we notice anything suspicious, you'll be the first to hear about it. Hancock says, I can see it now. Confederate ships sailing up the One River, equipped with the finest Lominsan-made cannons, provided by the East Aldenard Trading Company. The world is not as big as it once was, my friend. Alright, deliver the Magitech Field Generator Manual to Alphino and Yanksha. They have anything else new? You've returned from Kugane. How fares Tataru? Oh, it seems like just yesterday you were here. Our plans proceed apace. Do you have the documents? Magitech Field Generator Manual. Never one to take undue risks. It would seem Sid thought it best to send Alphino a massive manual detailing the operation of a Magitech Field Generator to ensure that the boy was prepared for every eventuality. Or possibly to see if he would read the entire thing or simply give up and whack the generator with a wrench, which works 9 times out of 10 anyway. Percussive maintenance. Excellent, this looks to be exactly what we need. Assuming our shinobi escort can see us safely inside the moon gates, I should have no trouble deactivating the barrier. Good, good. That is one less thing to worry about. During the rebellion, the Imperials turned to their agents among the shinobi, and through their treachery were many of my comrades slaughtered. We few who survived have not forgotten that day. The memory of it has spurred us never to neglect our training, that we might be ready to administer revenge. Ooh. If you seek further employment, Alfino can point you in the right direction. Okay. Should you wish for further employment, mayhap you could speak with Eorzea? I believe she was planning to search the surrounding area for Imperial patrols. If you go now, you may be able to catch her before she departs. Eorzea, Alfino told you about my plans, and you wish to come with me. Well, far be it from me to refuse you. If truth be told, I'm not entirely sure what I expect to find. In the wake of your failed assassination attempt, the Imperials demonstrated uncharacteristic restraint. There were no public executions and not a single village was put to the torch. But, as I mentioned earlier, our latest intelligence does suggest a purge is imminent. For all we know, they could be out in the field even as we speak, surveilling their targets and making their plans. If so, we need to put a stop to it. Let us begin our search in the north. Search for Imperial patrols south of Prism Lake. Okay. Seeds of Despair. All right. If you seek further employment, okay. This is the place. Do you see anyone or anything of note? Let us survey. All quiet for now. Follow me to the next location. This was the second point I marked on my map. No Imperial patrols near our headquarters, then. Good. The last thing we need is a repeat of Raugur's Reach. Even so, it would be prudent to search a little longer. Not exactly the enemy I was worried about. Damn it all, I can't just leave the carcass lying in the middle of the road. You can say, you've gotten stronger, or get on with it then. Let's see what he says, get on with it then. I didn't mean to imply that you should help me. This isn't the first wild beast we've had to slay to keep the people safe in your absence. But we'll need all the help we can get when the real fighting starts. Anyway, we're falling behind. We should split up and try to recoup some lost time. We've heard rumors of Imperial soldiers skulking about disguised as villagers. One was supposedly spotted near the ribbons to the south of here. Go and see if there's anything out of the ordinary. I'll come and find you when I've dealt with this carcass. If you run afoul of Imperials, call out, and I'll be there that much sooner. Okay, it's Haunted Elder. Oh, hello there, young man. My associates and I are in search of fertile soil for farming, and this land caught our eye. You doubt my words? You suspect we have some other purpose in coming here? Oh, how vexing it is to be questioned in this manner. Very well, he desires the truth, and he shall have it. Deal with him. Caught him. Ugh. Good job, Alice. I saw them attack you, and while this one fled, since you seemed to have everything in hand, I decided to capture him. In Imperial, I presume. I knew it would come to this, but at the hands of a Westerner? A Doman would at least know the rights. You think you understand, but you do not. She will burn it all before she surrenders. She will never kneel again, nor should she. Kev! Keen-eyed soldier says, rest assured, the Nairi will receive due compensation. Young Asahi has great potential. That much is plain. If he applies himself, he may one day be granted the opportunity to go to Garlemald and learn from some of the leading authorities in the field of magitech. Few citizens are afforded such treatment, however, much less people of the provinces. You will need to do more. Oh, of course. Have no doubt that we shall. My husband and I want only the best Imperial education for our boy. Starveling girl. I've finished planting the rice, Mother. Not while the officer is here, Yotsuyu. Inside, now. Yes, Mother. Well, hi, buddy. You did not mention you had a daughter. Well, come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on. I got you. Oh, come on, Jakey. Such a good boy. My sister's, not mine. Kami rest her soul. She is utterly hopeless, but one cannot choose one's family. Indeed. She is of age to receive an education as well, is she not? Yet we have no records. I trust I need not remind you of your legal obligations. No, of course not. But she is weak and sickly. Some days she has not the strength to leave her bed. Though a thought occurs to me, mayhap we can come to an understanding? That was a near thing. What happened? We were talking, and then all of a sudden you were somewhere else. Did one of those soldiers hit you in the head or something? Well, if you say so, we should go and tell the others what happened here. I guess we're just gonna leave him there. Okay. Speak with Alice. Surprised she doesn't recognize the echo. It's not like she hasn't seen it before, I don't think. Thank you. You didn't have to come with me, but you did, and for that I am grateful. I told the others of our encounter with the disguised soldiers. Though we disposed of the bodies, it is only a matter of time before their comrades note their absence. As if we needed any more reason to act quickly. Are you sure you're all right, by the way? You've been awfully quiet since we returned. If you still want for work, Eorzea has a suggestion. Okay. I'd tell you to rest and leave the rest to the others, but seeing as that isn't in your nature... Lys returned but a moment ago, looking a bit worried. It would seem that trouble is afoot in Namai. You may as well go and ask her about it. As for me, I will not impose upon you any longer. Much has changed in my absence. The state of the Enclave in particular concerns me. Okay, so he hasn't changed anything. Let's see if Alfino and Yugiri have. The Dairyu Moongates have guarded the approach to Doma Castle since long before the Imperial occupation. We do not anticipate any great difficulty in gaining entry to the gatehouse, as our Doman friends know it's every nook and cranny. The challenge will come in preserving the element of surprise, but I am confident the shinobi will rise to the occasion. During the rebellion, the Imperials turned to their agents among the shinobi, through their treachery were many of my comrades slaughtered. We few who survived have not forgotten that day. The memory of it has spurred us never to neglect our training, that we might be ready to administer revenge. You're gonna get down now? Okay. Alright. We've barely got enough armor as it is, huh? Oh, you're here to help? What? That's a relief. And I've been trying to help the villagers in Namai get ready for the operation, but we've run into a few problems. You remember how we're supposed to stir up trouble as a diversion, right? Well, the thing is, we don't have enough armor to go around. I thought the Doman Liberation Front would be able to furnish us with some, but it seems that's not the case. I was about to go and tell Issei. Why don't you come too? Lys says, we'll have to come up with a solution somehow. Say. Oh, you're here too. I heard about those soldiers you and Eorzea encountered. I'm glad you're all right. Right then. Chigusa says, Issei, we've gathered up all the rope we could find in the village. Miyama says, and every tool with an edge, but it's still not enough. Even a hoe would suffice, but there are no more to spare. Thank you, Chigusa. Ryosen could use a hand if there's nothing else. As for more tools, I may have some in my home. Go and search it. Take whatever meets your needs. Asami says, I made enough rice balls for everyone, including some special ones for Lady Yugiri. Can I go and give them to her? You silly little girl, of course you can. Hurry, you never know when she'll have to leave on a secret mission. Sorry about that. Everybody's been trying to contribute since Lord Hien returned. There's so much to worry about. He says, you're doing well, Issei. Though I have to ask, have you had any luck finding more armor? Issei says, unfortunately, no. Unlike weapons, there are no substitutes for proper protection. It's not as though we need full suits of Imperial plate, but we're not soldiers. If we attack without any equipment, we'll be slaughtered. The Doman Liberation Front doesn't have any armor to spare. I suppose we could ask Hancock, but there's no telling how long it would take for him to send us supplies. Do you have an armorer in the village, or anyone with some skill to fashion armor? There is one man, a craftsman who fled the Enclave. He is experienced, and may be able to help. I don't know if I can persuade him to, though. But maybe you two could come with me? His name is Suranuki, and he lives in Kusakari in the south. Come with me. This is Suranuki. There's something odd about this man. Oh, who are these starry-eyed youths who stand before me? Ones who sing of rebellion, of liberation. Surely they would not think to trouble me with such foolish dreams. Oh, go and say what you will, but do not take offense if I die from laughter. Suranuki has seen your kind before. Say again? You would have me fashion armor for villagers who wish to fight Imperial regulars? Mad fools charging boldly to meet their deaths. Bring me steel and I shall give them shells to shield their soft bellies. Yes, yes, plates of steel, all that you can carry, the better to shield them from blade and bullet. Issei says, if only it were so simple, Master Suranuki. Steel plates are not so easily procured. Blind, deaf, and dumb are you, boy. We are awash in broken steel. Magitech great cylinders come crashing to the earth from on high. Shatter them to bits with my explosives. They will not fail you, for I made them to kill Imperials. Bring me my steel, and you shall have your armor. Lee says, well, it's not like we know any other armorers who can help. At least we get to blow things up. Taking a page from Nashu there. Of course the Imperials have explosives too, and there is no armor which can protect you from that. This guy's a little crazy, man. Just a little crazy. Reminds me a little bit of Howling Man Murdoch from the A-Team. It was a great show. Great fun. If you can catch a few episodes of that, it's a blast. Just a blast. And nobody ever dies. That's the most hilarious thing. That one's taking an extremely long time to pick up. I'm not sure why. Suranuki has seen your kind before. That's what it says. Well, that was, a small piece. Didn't take us an hour and a half to pick up. All right, let's go back to him. He says, I've got my portion. Issei says, we're lucky no patrols overheard the explosions. Well, yeah, true. Okay. You have the many plates of steel I demanded? Show me. Scavenged from broken Magitech wrecks, this metal could be repurposed as armor for villagers. Then you are committed to your cause, dressing villagers as soldiers and marching off to war. Stupid, stupid fools. Doma is dead, and so are her people. Lord Kyan, Lord Hien, all dead. Their blood is on our hands. 'Twas Lord Kyan who saved us, who spared us the worst when the Garleans came. Every shred of pride and honor he cast aside without a second thought. All to win their trust. All to serve as their puppet. Restored to his throne years later, a paper tiger. Such shame he must have felt, but no matter, he would suffer it for his people. A life as slaves is better than none at all, he believed, but not us. After my lady died, we began to whisper in his ears dreams of freedom and liberation. We pushed him to take action, if only a little. 10 years of preparation, of machinations, so careful we would be, and yet, Doma burned for our foolishness, not for that of Lord Kyan. Monzen, the Enclave, they were raised for our sins. We murdered them all, don't you see? We murdered you all. He says, you're wrong, Master. We are still here. We are still alive. Lord Kyan, too, lives on in our hearts, and in his son, for Lord Hien has returned. Lord Hien? Alive? It cannot be. You lie. You lie! It's the truth. Hien came back to Doma to help her fight for freedom. Could it be my Lord Hien yet lives? Oh. Bands of steel to bind the chest and belly. Yes, I must heat the forge and begin work at once. 10? 100? How many do you need? All that and more you shall have. All right. Tsurunuki, all the armor I can provide, you will have. I will labor until I can no longer lift my hammer. He says, I didn't think we'd have another chance so soon, but here we are. We're going to beat them this time. We have to. Lisa's more determined than ever to play her part. Even after 25 years of oppression, they still have it in them to stand up and fight. We just have to show them the way forward. Issei and I will stay and help Tsurunuki finish the armor, so you've no need to wait around. Why not go back to the House of the Fierce? I'm sure there's plenty of work left to be done. Ask about and see what you can find. The Doma within. Lisa's more determined than ever to play her part. Kaidate. Everything is in order, sir. Under Lord Gosetsu's sage tutelage, we grow stronger by the day. This may be our final chance. Okay. Motojiro says, help? Oh, no. I will not impose upon you without cause. Rest assured that everything is in its place, and every place is in everything is fine. Haname says, I require no assistance, comrade. Lord Hien's instructions to me were quite clear. I need only transcribe them for the benefit of our Eorzea allies. Speaking of Lord Hien, if you are eager to be of service, mayhap you could seek him out? Keep an eye on him, perchance, should he decide to venture outside. I like how he kind of follows you around there. Let me guess. Someone asked you to act as my protector. Ha! To hear them mutter, one would think I intended to stride up to the castle gates on my own. The truth, of course, is rather less dramatic. I had hoped to look on the castle one last time before the battle. Would you care to join me? You would be setting a lot of fretful minds at rest. Very good, then let us depart for Monzen at once. Monzen was home to many great and powerful families, men of honor, samurai, once. Great swaths were razed and people put to the sword. What little remains stands as a testament to what was and what will never be again. Come, I would take a closer look. No sentries, at least, of the living sort. Those shambling suits of armor have the run of the place. To think this was once a bustling street, so full of life, a river of people with a current all its own. But even then, the Imperials walked among us, sometimes openly, sometimes discreetly, but we were always aware of their presence, and we were complicit. He did what he had to do to preserve the peace, to give our people safety, or to keep our people safe. But at what cost? Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for such dark musings. Though they did serve to remind me of the barracks, which once stood to the west of here, where there may yet be weapons our comrades could use. If you head down that street, past those makeshift barricades, you will come to the ruins. I will search elsewhere. Meet me at the water's edge when you have finished. A sheathed katana. Kind of surprised that anything was found. Alas, I found naught of value. Did you? Sheathed katana, found in the ruins of Monzen. This finely crafted blade shows little signs of use. Still sheathed in its scabbard, though even shielded from the elements. It will need to be cleaned and oiled. I recognized the crest. It belonged to the son of a samurai I trained with when I was young. He never even had the chance to draw it. There she is, Doma Castle, my home. They let us keep her for a time, before gradually moving their forces across from Fluminus. Now her every court and corridor belongs to Yotsuyu. Though father spent much of his time there, I did not. I may only have visited him there on half a dozen occasions, if that. I cannot remember. But I remember the view from the keep. Doma seemed much smaller from there, like you could hold it in your hands. Well, Monzen at least. Doma is so much more than that. There, beyond the moon gates, unto the shores of the Ruby Sea, and here in the places that no man could see or touch, take from you. We carry her with us, wheresoever we go. Not the land or the soil, but the story. And what is life if not a story? The story of our journey from dawn to dusk, day after day after day. The story of our mothers and our fathers, our families and our friends, our peoples and our nations. I think a part of me understood that when I looked out from the keep. Hien, son of Kayan, another caretaker of the story of Doma. It's a fine castle, truly, with an even finer view. But in the end... In the end... Kami, strike me down. How could I be so blind? We must return to the House of the Fierce at once. I have had what can only be described as a revelation. Ours is an excellent plan, but not so excellent that it cannot be improved, and I know how. Okay. Ian understands what he must do for Doma. On second thought, Cav, I ask that Ryu return to the House of the Fierce without me, and tell Alfino to call the others together for a meeting. It is imperative that the Kojin emissary be in attendance as well. I shall join you anon. Anything else for us? Do not worry, my friend. I will not be far behind. Lord Hien wishes to discuss the details of our plan. Very well, if he insists, I shall summon the others at once. As for the Kojin, I believe one of their emissaries was already en route. Nevertheless, I shall contact them to make certain.
May I present the Blue Kojin's emissary?
Greetings and well met, old friends. The Elder sends his regards.
Soroban, it's good to have you with us.
If, you might humor me. Thank you for coming, Soroban. Doubtless you have already been informed of our plans and the role we would have your people play. However, I seek your counsel as a Kojin of the Blue. Be it by spell or siegecraft, could your forces destroy the underwater foundations of Doma Castle's outer wall?
Explosives coupled with a few incantations. Yes, that might produce sufficient force. Such a thing could indeed be done.
Then I wish to revise the plan. Instead of assisting the Confederacy in securing the Enclave, I would have the Kojin advance upstream beneath the water and breach a segment of the outer wall. I mean to flood Doma Castle.
My lord, the castle is a sacred symbol, the very heart of our nation. To destroy it is unthinkable, unconscionable. You cannot do this.
I can and I will if it improves our chances. By flooding the castle, we remove the better part of their forces from the field and force Yotsuyu to retreat to the highest levels of the keep. Tell me that is not a worthwhile trade.
But my lord, that castle was entrusted to you by your father, and his father before him. I say to you again, it is the heart of our nation.
Stone walls do not a nation make, my friend. Her people do. And as long as we yet live, we can rebuild. So let us only think of this battle, of victory here and now. For without that, we have no future.
I see that you are resolved, Lord Hien, and I would not presume to gainsay your decision.
I will inform the Elder of your revised stratagem and instruct our sappers to make ready.
Our preparations are all but complete. Once we receive word from our Kojin allies, we shall set our plans in motion. We shall fight, and we shall prevail.
You know, if Yotsu thinks that the castle is sacred to the people, she would never anticipate them destroying it. So it's not a bad suggestion there. Thank you for accompanying me earlier. 'Twas in that moment of clarity that I understood what we needed to do. Hey, Alfino says it is unorthodox, but I am in no position to speak against it. No plan is perfect, and there is ever room for improvement. I expect my comrades will be refining their approach until the moment they begin. In case you are unaware, the other Jonin will lead the assault on the Moon Gates, not I. My place is at Lord Hien's side. Lisa's, if there's nothing else, I'll head back to Namai. Suranuki's working hard, and Issei's doing what he can to help, but maybe there's more that I can do, too. He was like a different person when he began hammering those plates. Younger, brighter, full of life and hope. Lord Hien may be young, but none among us question his leadership. We will defend him and his people to the last. Rosetsu said, "The plan is set, and all that can be done has been done. Rest and relaxation are now paramount, for tomorrow we may die." Have you too not done enough? Will you not pause a moment to gather yourself on the eve of our grand design? Go not unto battle with weary eyes or lingering regrets, my friend. You're gonna party. Ere you go to war, savor peace, for you may never know it again. Okay. That my lord saw fit to let me accompany him came as a relief. There's nowhere I would rather be than by his side when the fighting begins. Does he have anything new to say now? Oh. Sorban informs me that his sappers will be ready within the day, which means that we can proceed as planned and attack Doma Castle tomorrow. Considering the key role you will play, I think it only prudent that you refrain from further labors and rest until tomorrow. Agreed? You say, far be it from me to refuse, or no rest for the righteous. True enough, true enough. When you have seen to your sundry tasks and are ready to retire, I pray you let me know. Oh. Far be it from me to refuse. We shall speak again in the morning. Take care, my friend.
You're awake. I was just, well, they threw me out, actually. Told me I needed to get some sleep. Ready for the big day. Not long now, eh? I'm nervous, of course, but I also feel like I didn't know where I was going, but maybe, finally, something's gonna change, you know? Really, really change. And when the dust has settled, we'll see what we've won and what we've lost. I'm going to give it my all tomorrow. Everything I've seen and felt, I won't let it be for nothing. Right, off to bed. Don't want to overdo it, and neither should you. Oh, but before you sleep, you should look in on Elfino and Alize. Quietly, of course.
Aww.
Another restless soul. Come, come. Raise a glass to freedom.
Good. Good. I should be interested to know his thoughts on the matter.
Ah, that's enough, Gosetsu. You'll not convince anyone with your drunken ramblings. We've talked about this, all of us. We are flooding the castle tomorrow, and that's the end of it.
I know. I accepted your decision, and I do not intend to go back on my word. Nevertheless, as the battle draws near, I cannot help but recall our many travails, and it fair compels me to speak. In all my time serving as a leader of men, there are two failures which haunt me to this day. The first Our defeat at the hands of the Empire 25 years past, and the subsequent imprisonment of your father. Long did I consider offering up my life in atonement, until Lord Kyan allowed at last to receive visitors called for me, of all people, for my unborn child, he said. For my dearest Shun, live. My second failure, of course, was the betrayal of that selfsame command. When in the rebellion I failed to protect not only Lord Kyan, but Lord Hien too. That I yet live, having known such disgrace, is an affront to the Kami themselves. Yet you, all of you, saw fit to grant this shameful creature, this failure, another chance to serve a greater purpose. Thank you for pitying an old fool.
Now, it is far too soon for that. Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair. Even that sounds morose. We who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. He is right about one thing, though. We have you and yours to thank for this chance. All debts will be repaid. On that you have my word. But first we must live past tomorrow, no? If you've no intention of sleeping, Yugiri, you may as well join us.
Forgive me, my lord. I did not mean to... if that is your will.
That was a nice moment. Alright, Elfino says... Good... morning. I trust you slept well, or at least better than I did. It would seem I dozed off in the middle of something. But your carousing with Lord Hien and Gozetsu woke me from my fitful slumber, and I retired to my bunk. Eorzea is faring rather less well than either of us, but she will be fine, I am sure. So long as you do not remind her of what you saw. Won't say a word about her resting her head on her brother's shoulder. All hangs in the balance, as Hien well knows. The die is cast. There he is. I trust you are none the worse for wear after last night. We received confirmation from the Kojin not long ago. Their sappers stand at the ready and wait our signal. Let us not keep them and the others waiting. Gather your things. We depart at once. Elfino, instruct Lys and the others to move into position and launch their attack. Our scouts report no change in the Imperial's disposition, but I would leave nothing to chance. We must act quickly, lest we lose the element of surprise. Elfino says, understood. I will relay your orders to her and rejoin my unit. Gosetsu and Yugiri await the two of you at Monzen. Good luck, my friends. I will see you both again soon. Alright. Wait in Monzen for the operation to begin. Gozetsu says, I have dreamed of this day, a chance for freedom, for liberation, for redemption, after 25 years of regret. Yugiri says, Lise will contact us once the attack has begun, after which the others will carry out their allotted tasks. Our part comes last. And now we wait.
Understood. Wish us luck. Right. You all know what you have to do. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. Ready to show them what a good job they made of breaking us.
Then what are you waiting for? Move out!
Why must we waste our time guarding this blasted...
Sound the alarm! Fluminous is under attack! Armed insurgents have breached the perimeter! We need reinforcements!
This is Lise. Imperial forces converging on our position. Looks like we've got their attention. We'll be sure to keep them busy for as long as we can.
Those two are made for each other.
War. To wield power, to make men kneel before you. There is no better feeling. A pity I must share this pleasure with a feral dog of a Dothal.
Preening, Oreneer. You fear that she will put the sun in shade? Those are for you. Go, claim your prey.
I love that little smile. Nice.
Come to me! Come to your death! With each that falls, my soul soars higher!
Swiftly, brothers! Fall not behind! Make an offering of their steel to Father Azim!
I like Sadu. She's fun.
They seem to be enjoying themselves.
My lord, the barrier!
That it should fall so soon! Truly, our allies seem determined to surpass each other.
The Magitech field is down. I repeat, the Magitech field is down. Confederate vessels, you are clear to advance upon the Enclave.
The wall is breached. The Kojin too will not be outdone.
Our allies have set the stage. Now we must take the castle. With me!
My lady, the riverside wall has been breached. The lower levels are already flooded and the water is still rising.
So I gathered. He would tear the whole thing down, all for the promise of freedom. A noble sacrifice, or the last desperate flamelings ever fought. Speaking of which, how fares my brood?
The procedure was carried out as instructed by Lord Owleth. By all indications, it was a success.
Is that so? Then he may yet be of some use. Devotees of vengeance should rightly pursue their cause unto the bitter end, don't you think? Their hearts aflame with passion until the last few embers fizzle and fade, leaving naught but ash. The Viceroy's orders were clear. If Doma falls, none shall be spared his wrath. Tell the men to fight as if their lives depend on it. Because they do.
As you command, my lady.
Again they come to make you kneel, to make you grovel and suffer. But you have endured their worst and survived. You know their tricks. They will not find a flower simply waiting to be plucked.
Ozetsu said, "It is done." The water surges through the broken masonry and floods the castle, even as we speak. Though my heart breaks at the sight of it, I must be strong. All is for the sake of Doma. Yugiri says, "The Confederacy report that they have secured the Enclave. We need not fear for the civilian safety." Aye, there can be no doubt. The Viceroy is trapped, and so comes our part. Our Kojin allies will deliver us to our destination, to the Western Dock. And do not forget to bring your fellow adventurers, Gav. That might be you. To see the castle thus defaced and by our own hands, it is enough to make me smile, to laugh at the sheer absurdity of it. This is not the end, but it is an ending. Soon I will be free. I'm afraid what that means. I can only imagine the chaos inside the castle, to be trapped by the rising waters and know the enemy is at the gates. They will fight us with every ounce of their strength, as will we them, for the eyes of history are upon us. Yugiri says, when I led the Doman refugees to Eorzea, I did so only with the intention of seeking sanctuary. The thought of enlisting you and yours to aid us in another rebellion did not once cross my mind. Yet here we stand, shoulder to shoulder, ready to strike at the heart of the occupation. It has been and ever will be an honor, Gav. Alright, Blue Skiff Captain. Greetings and well met, my friends. Climb aboard, climb aboard. There is room enough for you all. Ian says, Gav, that we might improve our odds of success, we will divide into 2 parties upon arrival. One composed of myself, the other you, Gosetsu and Yugiri. Given our inferior numbers, we must needs finish the battle quickly, and so, while you and yours draw the enemy's attention, I shall steal over to the keep. Lest you worry, though, I've been to the castle only a handful of times. My father saw fit to drill its layout into me. I could find my way blindfolded. Even should one meet with misfortune, the other will reach Yotsuyu. Agreed? Then let us be about it, for Doma. Doma Castle now accessible. We're going to enter with a party of NPCs, because most of the time everybody speeds through here, and I would actually like a chance to kind of look around a little bit. Alright, we go to the Samurai, Shaman, and Ninja, Yugiri. I also don't want to wait. This is a level 68. Okay. I like these Viper animations, they're kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Shall end you.
We could go a little farther, but it's a little iffy when you got the NPCs. Obviously, you want to stay out of that big conal. Give yourselves a little time to heal up. Well, maybe not. And again, you know, when you're fighting with these guys, just kind of follow their lead. If they go run into one side or another, like, you don't want to be there. You want to stay out of the blue lines here. Or blue-green, whatever you want to call them, aqua or whatever. I think these guys are going to start moving from the sides in, so you got to stay away. We're coming for you, Yotsu. And obviously let's start with that line attack. Let the dogs out. Ice shards. Okay. Now this one, they'll have lined AoEs here, and you want to go in and pull these back because they will do their AoEs here, and they can't go behind them. They can't turn the things around, the cannons around, whatever the heck these things are called. Ballistae. I don't know if we can pull him back here or no. No, Rosetsu's gonna fight him there. So you can't do wall-to-wall pull here, because the tank, Rosetsu's tank will stop. Alright, so we're gonna wait for this one line to go. We're gonna come around this way. And bring them on behind here. If we could just kind of bring them over here, that would be great. Kind of bad pathing there, man. If we move like just a little bit over. You know, don't have to stand in the pool, but okay. This guy's fun. Stay out of those line ones. Afraid Lord Ian is safe. Okay. Let's make sure everybody's healed up there. Looks like they all are. Alright. This can easily get really bad really fast. If you're overpulling your group isn't too strong. On the other hand, if you got a group that has like a crap ton of AoEs, it's a great fun. You just like melt everything. It's great. That obviously. You see here I got my 2 buffs. You want to keep those constantly refreshing. I'm sure there's an optimal way of playing it. Balance has the rotation worked out by the people who figured out how to do your skills to the maximum. But wait, there's more. Eorzea, come out and play! Dearest of all my enemies, I have new toys! Hypertune Grinwald.
Rip and tear!
That's rip and tear. You really want to stay out of that.
We go together!
We're gonna move out of that.
Look upon us, samurai of Doma!
Oh yeah, you want to stay out of his machine gun stuff too.
Die, die, die!
Sorry guys. Oh, that was bad placement on my part. I am so sorry. I don't know why I'm saying sorry to NPCs, but you know how it is.
Die, die, die! We go together!
Yeah, you want to stay as far away from that. Ah, thank you. There you go. We go together. Together to death. Die, die, die. He's done finally. Be safe, my lord. Let us press on to the keep. Ooh. Gates of the Moon Orchestrion roll. Nice. I've already added this song to your Orchestrion list. Okay. Leave duty? Yes.
Have you aught to say for yourself? For what you have done to our people? Your people?
My people, he says. The precious lordling beloved by all come to confront the wicked witch.
Yeah.
My parents taught me no better. They woke me from dawn to dusk like an ox or an ass or some other beast of burden. Until, that is, my brother spied a chance to transform the family fortunes. And so I was married to a vicious old drunk, who beat me as he pleased. And when I pleaded for help, I was told to grin and bear it. For the family, for him, for everyone's sake. They pretended not to notice, but they knew. They knew! What did it matter? I was nothing to them. Less than nothing. I wasn't of their flesh. I wasn't a fellow Doman. I wasn't even a person. I might just as well have been dead. And then my husband passed away one day. And so I was sold off yet again to pay his debts. But this time, I found a way to live for myself. To survive as a spy for the Empire. Oh, those were the days when the scales first fell from my eyes. No longer would I be a slave to my parents or my husband or the pleasure house. I would be free and receive due compensation. That would be enough, I thought. Until I saw a Doman in the road. beaten and broken. And my heart skipped a beat. Lying at my feet, groaning in agony, sobbing in despair. Powerless, helpless, hopeless. A vision forever seared into my soul. Oh! There was nothing I would not do to feel that joy again. To bend this cruel, twisted world to my whims. Now, having borne witness to my life's work, have you aught to say to me? "'Twas kind of you to lend me your ear, my lord. But now it is time for us to conclude our little tete-a-tete with a final game of chance. Who shall stand, and who shall fall? Let the die be cast."
This was her plan from the first, to bring the keep down on our heads!
I will remember your words.
That was so cool.
We must flee. Order our forces to withdraw.
My lord! While you still can! I cannot hold this forever!
No! We will not leave you behind!
Do your duty! Deliver Lord Hien and the others to safety! Now! Forthwith! I shall manage on my own!
No one leaves. Not you or anyone else.
"'Tis naught this old frame cannot bear. Go now, all of you! The day is won, and the morrow beckons. Nay, thank you for granting me new purpose and a measure of peace.
Gosetsu. You never failed us. Not once. You served my father faithfully, and I am a better man for your guidance. And the Doma we build together shall be better for it too. Be proud, my friend. Be proud.
I am, Shun. More than you know.
Hien! Hien!
You cast the die. Gambling was never my vice.
How merciful the gods that I should find you in time. Kasetsu? We must turn back now before it is too late.
Eyes forward, Cyrano. That was his wish.
I will deliver you to safety. The others are waiting.
Oh. Oh, Cyrano. Sniffle. Yigiri says, he was right. The day is won. The people must know. Sorban says, victory is ours, is it not? Then why are you all so quiet? Tell me it was not for nothing. What happened there? Where is Gozetsu? I see. That one's rough. Elfino is at a loss for words. How often does that happen to Elfino, right? He's never at a loss for words. What do these look like? That's like the only halfway decent looking one. All right. Thank you. The occupation is ended then, and the people must be informed of our victory. But I will not simply give up Gozetsu for lost. Before aught else, we must needs search the ruins. Sorbonne says, "Allow me, my friends. The castle is still collapsing into the river and could easily drag you to your deaths. I can navigate the waters easily without fear of drowning." Be reasonable, brother. You know he is right. Gev, a word if I may, says Yugiri. My lord withdraws into himself, unable to turn his thoughts from the keep. He needs us now more than ever. Sorbonne, my friends, I am returned. I swam as far into the ruins as I could. And? Did you find him? Nay, lady, naught remained of the keep for me to search. Undermined from below and shaken from above, the manner of its collapse was most unusual. If the floor beneath him gave way before the rest, it is not impossible that he could have been sent tumbling into the river. But the water is thick with silt and debris. Despite my best efforts, I could not find him. I am sorry. Ian says, "There is naught for which you must apologize. Thank you, Sorbonne, for taking it upon yourself to search. The castle is in ruins, and the people are eager to learn the fate of their nation. We leave at once." Alfino says, "Are you sure, my lord?" The day is won, and the morrow beckons. It falls to us to greet it. I'm going down to the docks to see if I can't get one of the Confederate ships to take us to the Enclave. Alice says, "Mayhap we should tell the others at the House of the Fierce to gather there." Cyrena says, "Magni and Sadu know naught of what happened in the castle. I will go and tell them." Ian says, "They fought valiantly and with honor, Cyrena. I pray you tell them that as well. You too, my friend, were instrumental in this triumph. I must insist that you be present when we bring these tidings to my people." Cyrena says, "I cannot accompany you to the Enclave. Magni and Sadu will expect me to deliver the news of our victory to them in person." Yugiri says, "You have witnessed the destruction wrought by the Empire. But nowhere is it more apparent than the Enclave. Would that you could have seen it as it was." Sorbonne says, "My brothers of the Blue have called for me, but we shall speak again soon." Alfino says, "Our Confederate allies have already set about ferrying the others to the Doman Enclave. By the time we arrive, all should be present and waiting." Alice says, "I wish I knew what to say, but I've never had my brother's way with words. It's what he would have wanted. I'm sorry, this is not helping." Okay. Speak with Tansui. He says, "It seems Tansui was on his way as soon as he saw you flee the keep. You've never actually been to the Enclave, have you? It was a lively place before Xenos sent his troops." Tansui says, "You all look like shite." Well, hello to you too. The captain thought you might need a ride to the Enclave. Ready to come aboard? Let's go. On you go then. Sit wherever you like. I don't know what happened in there, but it's over. You won. That's cause enough for celebration, and these people you're about to see need something to celebrate."
We brought everyone here. You were the last to arrive.
I see. Thank you. We owe the Confederacy a great debt.
I have waited 25 years for this moment. You owe us naught.
Look! It's Lord Hien!
Lord Hien!
It's him! He lives! He lives!
Some few words of encouragement would not go amiss, my lord.
Right. Yes, of course.
You can say, off you trot then. You are their lord, remember. Stand tall. And, well, if you won't say anything, I will.
Hearing you say that, I find my courage somehow renewed. Much obliged. We are a sorry lot, are we not? Tired, dirty, stinking of blood and sweat and ash. A people pushed to the point of breaking. And yet, we won. The perseverance to endure decades of oppression. The will to carry on the legacy of those we have lost. These were the bonds that held us together and gave us the strength to reclaim our home. After 25 hard years, the shadow of the Empire no longer darkens these lands, and we may at last look forward to the dawning of a new day. But, my friends, it will be a day of work. So I ask you, have you yet the strength to stand? To rise up with me once more, here and now, and begin to rebuild our homeland?
Lord Hien!
Doma! Doma!
This will not end with Doma. We will see to that, right, Lys?
Right.
Indeed, this is but the beginning. The tide is turning, and it shall soon bear us back across the seas and onward and to the next battlefield.
Okay, we gotta talk to all these folks. It was not for naught. It was not for naught. I want to shout and scream until my throat is hoarse. I want my fallen brothers and sisters to know that it was not in vain. Suranuki, 'twas a year ago my lord Kayan died, and with him the dream of Doma. Never again would we be free, I thought. Miserable old fool that I am, but Doma lives. Doma rises. Doma will stand tall again. To the end of my days will I labor to make it so. Wounded Elder, it's you, the man who came to set us free. Of course, you must have had a hand in this. My thanks to you. Formidable Farmer, Kami, take me. I never believed this day would come. I'm sorry I doubted you before, my friend. Azumi says, why are you crying, brother? Isn't today a good day? Issei says, Mother, Father, I understand now, I do. 25 years. If only you were here to see it. Okay, speak with Alfino. So now you could, like, fly back over there to where we need to be at. Because Alfino's on the other side there. But we can also take the Enclave skiff captain, who will deposit us right over on the other side where we need to be. Honored hero, you seek passage across the One River? Yep. No. Yes. Okay. Wanted to make sure I didn't have to unlock anything else space-wise. Cyrena says, oh, Hien is not with you. No matter, the sun and moon were not fated to share the same sky. Oh, you will not be staying in the Enclave. Lise says, I'm glad we could be part of it, that we could see with our own eyes that things can change if people have the courage to stand up and fight. Alize says, we journeyed here from the opposite side of the world, but until now it didn't seem half as far. I think that means our work here is done. Alfino says, are you quite certain you would not prefer to stay a while longer? There are sure to be festivities, at which you would be the guest of honor, like as not. Very well. There are other ways in which we might celebrate, by rejoining the fight for freedom in Girabania, for one. Short though our time here has been, we have all come to regard this land and her people as our own, I think. But we have done that which we came here to do. Word of Doma's liberation will soon spread throughout the Empire, and we must seize this opportunity to rekindle the fires of liberation in the West. Alize says, we dare not allow the Imperials a moment's respite, lest they march on Doma again. For the sake of all concerned, we must leave immediately. Cyrena says, did I hear right? You are leaving? He says, I'm afraid so. We've got our own battle to fight. What about you? Will you be heading back to the steppe? Cyrena says, yes, the war here is ended, and there is no cause to remain. The Oranir and Dotharl have already withdrawn. I will follow them anon, but I wish to bid you farewell first. Sorban says, the Blue, too, must return to their homes, but we will be back. Doma has need of merchants and builders, and we are eager to offer our services. Tanzui says, and just like that, our grand fellowship is broken? Without ceremony or pomp, you steal off into the dark? No matter, we have plenty to be getting on with. Places to be, people to rob, and so on. And the captain never was one for mingling. I am a pirate. Give me a song at the tavern and I will be happy. Hobnobbing with Lord Hien? Nay. Tansui, no taste for the finer things. In any event, we need not part ways here. If you are for Kugane, we would be happy to take you. Her waters have always been fruitful. Cyrena says, I wish you well on your journey, my friends. May you ever walk in crimson. Lise says, thank you, Cyrena, for everything. Sorbonne says, may the Kami speed you on your way until we meet again. Alright, does Lisa have anything else? I'm glad we could be a part of it. That we could see with our own eyes that things can change if people have the courage to stand up and fight. Alice says, we journeyed here from the opposite side of the world, but until now it didn't seem half so far. Okay, she didn't have anything else to say. Elfino says, we have said our goodbyes. Though it be with heavy hearts, let us board the boat and begin our long journey home. Tansui says, didn't ever think to tell Lord Hien you were leaving? Well, I'm sure you had your reasons. Naught remains undone. You are ready to depart? We're ready. To Kugane, then. Alfino says, in a way, this too feels like a homecoming. How long has it been since Carvalane brought us here? Lise says, it's just as colorful as I remember. Alice says, I can still hear his voice. My ears haven't stopped ringing since he first barged his way into the rising stones. A veritable force of nature. Tansui says, it's a rare thing for us to sail into Kugane like common traders. I don't rightly recall the last time, but it will have been years. Rasha, have everything? Good. We will need to weigh anchor before the Seki Tsukume arrive. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for what you did. Give my regards to the Uldan. All right. Do not worry, we will be safely away before the Seki Tsukume arrive. Anything new? All right, nothing new. Elfino would like to return to the Ruby Bazaar post-haste. Okay, those are like really ugly. Okay. I informed Tataru of our coming. She and Hancock should be waiting for us at the Ruby Bazaar. Elise says, then it is here we part ways. Best of luck to you and yours in your piratical endeavors, I suppose. Sweet waves. Do come and visit us again. 'Twould be a shame if we never got to see you and the Little Miss again. Do not worry, we'll be safely away before the Seki Tsukume arrive. Greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar office? Yes, yes we will. Welcome back, everyone, and congratulations on a job well done. Elfino says, it is a pleasure as ever to see your smiling face, Tataru. Less so yours, Hancock, though Rasho and I are sincerely grateful for your assistance. Hancock says, the pleasure was all mine, Master Elfino, I assure you. Tataru says, anyway, you will be glad to hear that I have already chartered passage for you back to Limsa Lominsa. The ship is to leave port this very day, but the captain has agreed to wait until the 4 of you have boarded. The 4 of us? You mean to stay here in Kugane? Yes, I gave it some thought, and I realized that even with Doma free, there's still a need for a woman in the middle. Maybe even more than before, considering all the friends and alliances you made. Hancock said, as I told her many times before, I would be more than willing to assist you. And as I told you many times before, I am not about to let you worm your way into our affairs and exploit our connections for your personal gain. Must you always presume the worst? Yes. Yes, we should. So, there you have it. I will remain here for now. You needn't worry, I'm a regular at the hostelry and a half dozen other local institutions. Everyone loves me. We love her. We really, really love her. So go on. Don't let me keep you. Buy your supplies and souvenirs while you still can. When you've finished, make haste to the docks. Pier number 2, to be precise. I'll be waiting for you there. Alfino says, I cannot deny that the thought of leaving her alone here worries me, but she has proven time and time again that she is far more clever than she appears. Besides, I do not think I could persuade her to change her mind. Mayhap I should take her advice and purchase a souvenir or two before leaving. Hancock says, personally, I would have preferred to host you for a few days, but Tataru was adamant that you return on the first available ship. One could almost suspect she is eager to be rid of you. Idle musings, not more. Purely hypothetical and most assuredly incorrect. She wants only the best for her dear friends, and is surely not motivated by hidden desires to go gallivanting about with her Hingan paramours. Plural paramours. Okay. Tataru getting around there, girlfriend. Good job. A swift and secret departure. Alright, we will go to Shokaze Hostelry. First to arrive, as always. Hopefully the others will not be far behind.
Ah, there you are. All packed and ready to go?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Apologies for the wait. The task of tying up loose ends invariably takes longer than one allows. Happily, however, all now seems to be in order.
Then there's nothing left to do but to board the ship. Do try and enjoy the journey, won't you? It may be your last chance to rest for a while.
That would depend on the good captain's choice of route.
As ever, Tataru, I pray you take all due precautions while making your inquiries. Better to avoid the local authorities altogether than risk a repeat of our Ishgardian episode.
And what sordid episode is this, pray tell?
Naught to speak of, I assure you.
You there! Hold that ship!
What are you two doing here? Shouldn't you be in Doma?
Shouldn't you? You left with nary a word. I half wondered if I had done something to offend.
Upon learning that you had departed for Kugane, we immediately resolved to give chase. Our comrades can manage affairs in our absence, and it seemed the least we could do.
You mean you came all this way just to say goodbye?
That too, aye. But there was something else I felt I had to say. You helped us win our freedom, and for that I cannot thank you enough. Accordingly, after we have established an interim government and so forth, I think it only meet that we repay the favor by dispatching our own forces to Eorzea. If you would have us.
We harbored no expectations of such generous aid, and as there is no telling when the Empire might strike back at you, would it not be wiser to concentrate your resources on the defense of Doma?
I had a mind to pursue a more aggressive defense, to which we will send forth shinobi to provinces far and wide to spread word of our victory, that we might inspire others to take up arms as we did. Even the Empire has its limits. If the Garleans cannot be certain where and when the next rebellion will take place, how can they commit another force to Doma? And besides, so long as this debt remains unpaid, how am I to face myself and Eorzea?
As you wish. I will relay your offer to the Eorzean Alliance.
All of Doma is counting on you to finish what we have started. You have it in you, Lys, to seize the future you want. Never forget.
I won't, Hien. Not your words or anything else. Everything that led us here, that will drive us forward, I'll carry it with me always. And that's a promise.
I will hold you to that. Go with them to Eorzea. Tell their people of our triumph and of our pledge to stand with them.
By your leave, I shall pave the way for our new alliance.
Hurry up, you lot! The ship's about to weigh anchor!
It seems our time is at an end. Go well, my friends, and may we meet again beneath a western sky.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
I always knew that woman was unfit for command.
Aye, when you think of all the resources we've poured into that hole, and for what?
The beast yet lives. Mayhap it is time I sharpen my claws.
Oh, Xenos.
I wonder, will you walk into my parlor once more?
For Dolorem Lupus, come at the command of the Lord Viceroy to present the prisoner taken by the Cranier Lupi.
Oh.
Xenosier Galvus, I presume. It's true what they say. You do have the eyes of a monster. A ravenous, insatiable fiend.
You, give the butcher your weapon.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, this is...
A reward given in recognition of your service. I trust it will prove more capable than its former owner.
Oh.
I swear, I'll not disappoint you, my lord.
Good. Now, silence that mewling little piglet. I will not hear another sound pass her lips until I strip the fat from her.
Okay. Yugiri says, we should inform the Admiral of our arrival and brief her on that, which took place in Doma before leaving the city. Elise says, it feels like a lifetime ago that we left for Kugane, doesn't it? Alfino says, compared to Kugane's vivid colors, Limsa Limenza seems a bit lacking. Still beautiful in its own way, but not as much as before. Alright, back in Eorzea at last, ready to pick up where we left off and finish the fight. We're not who we were when we left. We're stronger and wiser. So let's do it. Let's get back to Alamigo and defeat Xenos once and for all. We've been away for far too long, but finally we're going to make things right. Home is where the heart is, and Alphino is in Eorzea. Alphinos is in Eorzea. Here we are at home at last, and I must say the journey passed more quickly than I had expected. At least I said, that would be due to the absence of otherworldly interference, I expect. I should be glad if we did not speak of that unpleasantness again. But in spite of all that and more, we returned better for the experience, and more importantly, triumphant. Yugiri says, indeed, and with Doma freed of imperial oppression, it is only right that we turn our thoughts to the plight of Alamigo. Well, I'm all for that, obviously, but I think you should go and see the refugees at Revenant's Toll before doing anything else. They'll be thrilled to hear what we've accomplished, and it'd sound best coming from you. Thank you. I shall do as you suggest. Rovib says, I see I'm not too late. Admiral, what are you doing here? The East Aldenard Trading Company informed me of your impending arrival. I have tidings I thought best to share with you in person. From Girabania? Aye, the Alliance still holds the wall, despite several Imperial counterattacks, but we have been unable to press further into occupied territory. Commander Kemp and his men, meanwhile, have made great strides towards rebuilding their depleted ranks. They have even taken it upon themselves to attempt some few operations, with mixed results, I'm sorry to say. 'Twas a complication arising from one such venture which moved me to seek you out. During a mission to transport wounded resistance fighters to the Rising Stones, Cryo Baldessian was taken prisoner. Cryo? Do they know where she's being held? They do not, but your comrades were informed at once, and I am told Thancred is in Girabania looking for her as we speak. How could this have happened? We must seek out Thancred without delay. Nay, Cryo taught me better than that. It would be unwise to act without first acquiring a full understanding of the situation. Thank you for informing us. Tired though we may be, we must make haste to Castromorians. Pray excuse us, Admiral, Lady Yugiri. Okay, we are going to leave it here for tonight. Got through all of Doma, so when we will next speak with Thancred at Castromorians. So let's get to our cat joke. What is a cat's best subject in school? His story. Yeah, history. All right, cats and kittens. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know what to do and when to do it. All that jazz. Cat Gamer is signing out. You have a great one, cats and kittens.